All right, welcome to episode 3 of Brian's Blunders. As a recap, this is where I talk about mistakes that I made in my 40-year career of working, where I did things that impacted myself, relationships with others, relationship with customers I worked with, or the company I was working for. So this one is, again, episode 3, and this is, gosh, if only I had a backbone. So this one goes back into the 90s. I was working at AFL, and we used to do quarterly business reviews where we would talk about how the business was doing, how developments were going, and it'd be 20 plus people in a room. President of the company was there, and we would go through everything. And normally I do not call out people or companies because I feel like it's inappropriate, but in this case I'm going to make an exception because the guy was, well, I'll just give you his name and you can draw your own conclusions. His name was Frank Lawrence. So we do this, we're doing this business review and we're going through it, and Frank's being his normal self. He's just hammering everybody. He wasn't being abusive necessarily, but he was being stern, right? Which is okay. That's kind of what a president should be, right? At the end of the day. Should push us and press us a little bit. Frank sometimes would go a little bit too far, though. And this is one of those cases. So anyway, the cable hardware group was going up, and the commercial side had been presented. And so the engineer that was going to talk about the R&D projects was standing up, about ready to give. And then Frank, for whatever reason, decided to go on a bit of a tirade, kind of lambasting all of us for not doing this, not doing that. And we all did what we normally do. We just, rope-a-dope, let them beat the crap out of us, and, we just take it, right? Because nothing good can come out of challenging Frank when he got into that realm. And he wasn't attacking us personally, necessarily, so it was like, this is what you did. So after this, 5-10 minute tirade that he has, the engineer standing up there, and we all kind of turned to him, and he goes, okay, well, moving on. And he came across really, really sarcastic. And oh my gosh, he hit a hot button with Frank, and Frank went nuts on him. Just blistered his butt to the wall. It was horrifying. And I just fucking watched it. And I didn't say a damn thing. Now, neither did anybody else, but that gives me no comfort. I didn't have the backbone to stand up and say, Frank, you've gone too far. You need to apologize now. And I regret that to this day. And I hope this engineer is watching this. And my apologies to you, man. You did not deserve that. Nobody deserves that. The guy was out of line. He never apologized. The next day, his second lieutenant came around and said, yeah, that wasn't appropriate. And I'm like, where the hell was Frank? Why isn't he out apologizing? Because he was a narcissistic ass, is what he was at the end of the day. And I look back, it's like, gosh, if I would have stood up and said something, surely, 3, 4, 5 of the other people in the audience would have joined me. And I think they would have. There are solid people in that room, and I'd like to think some of them would have backed me up. And I regret to this day not doing the right thing, right? And that it still pains me to this day to even think about it. And I regret it. The path to hell is paved by apathy and indifference. And you just gotta stand up for the right thing, and you gotta stand up for people that are being brutalized like that. And what kind of society do we want to live in? We need to be fair to people. We need to be open. That did not move the business forward. That moved the business backwards. People did not like working for that man. So that was my blunder. Is I didn't show backbone at that point. I regret it to this day, and my apologies to that engineer. I still think about it. Anyway, I'm at Silo's Brewery in Easley today. I'm having a Green Wave beer. It's I think it's an IPA. It's really good. There's if you want to put comments at the bottom, you can. Can't guarantee I'll respond to them. So anyway, you have a good day, man, and we'll be talking soon. I got more coming. Take care.